My name is Joey, and I will be on the roadie team this year. I grew up in the height of the AIDS epidemic, and I grew up as a dancer. A lot of my friends around me, were contracting AIDS and becoming HIV positive. The dance world, for me, was incredibly challenging as a young person. I grew up as this little queer boy in the Midwest, and then I was a ballet dancer on top of it. And so talk about stigma and having to fight. But then I didn't really anticipate having death be a regular part of my life. I was in rehearsal once for a musical, and one of the guys in rehearsal fell and cut his hand. And there was this huge panic within the room, and it was nobody touch him, nobody touch him. And I just can't imagine what that must have felt like for him, to be in this vulnerable position where you just got hurt, and now all of the people that you love and work with so closely are afraid of you. Yeah, it was hard. It was really hard that the thought of giving your friend a Band-Aid could be a life-threatening experience. Not something that I had imagined I would see in my life, but I did. From a young age, I really have worked in many different capacities, from activism to advocacy. It's changed. What it looks like has changed. But being here at the center and working with AIDS LifeCycle has been such an amazing opportunity, because I get to be with this giant community of people who are all working towards the same goal.
AIDS LifeCycle participants, writers, roadies, volunteers, whatever your title is, you are part of the movement. The visibility of riding through towns where there's no services, where there's young LGBTQ people who this is the first time that they're seeing someone that looks like them. You're already advocates.
San Francisco AIDS Foundation for many years has advocated for the health, the rights, and the well-being of people living with HIV and AIDS and people who may be at risk for HIV and AIDS.
So the center advocates to protect and expand the rights of LGBTQ people locally, across the state, across the country, and even across the world. So we're really focused on making sure that laws and policies reflect the morals and values of our community members, and even more particularly, making sure that our advocacy is deeply rooted in the lived experiences of our clients.
AIDS LifeCycle really does the important work of increasing visibility of what HIV/AIDS is, and that it's still an issue of concern for so many people in our communities.
There are people today still with all of the information who are living in this world of fear and secrecy. We have to keep fighting, and we have to keep bringing awareness, and we have to keep riding. There's a reason why this ride is still happening. The kind of magic that you find on ALC is this unconditional love. It doesn't matter who, where, what you look like, where you come from. It's just these people doing this combined thing of helping to make the world a better place.